Hello everybody, my name is Roma, and you know, reading is said to be the most important subject. And why is that? Because if a child is struggling with their ability to read, every other subject is affected. And I have parents who will come to me and they want to help their child with their education, but they'll tell me that they feel inadequate. And some will say they're even afraid to make things worse. So when they express that to me, what I say to them is, can you read? And if they say yes, then I say, you can teach your child to read. It's really very easy. With a little bit of information and the right tools, it is so easy and so much fun. Now, how do I know? Because I've helped a lot of parents do just that. And so, and if you see me looking down, what's happening is I'm looking at my notes. So forgive me. I lose track sometimes and I look at my notes and catch up. As a tutor, I'm often given the children who are struggling with their ability to read. And that can be for many reasons, but I'm going to share with you today the most common one, and it's so easy to correct. If a child comes to me and they know all their phonics sounds, but they're having trouble blending them to form words, the first thing I do is this. I say, this letter here, tell me what sound it makes. If they say duh, that's a clue. And then I'll point to this one. I say, what does this one say? If they say wah, that's another clue. Now, what I'm going to share with you doesn't affect all children, but it does a lot of them. So it's worth paying attention to and checking out. If your child's having this struggle with blending words, blending the sounds to form words, do what I'm about to show you. So first I check and see how they're saying these two sounds. Then I reteach these sounds. These are the most common letters that children will mispronounce when they go to blend, they say the phonics sound. For example, the letter B. Let me take the D first. The letter D. If they're saying duh, what they're hearing when they see the word daddy, they're hearing da-a-da-e. Da-a-da-e. And for many children, it's hard to hear the word daddy out of da-a-da-e. And I mean, it would be for me too. So I reteach that to them to say th instead of da. So let me go over all of them with you. The letter B is often they're mispronounced as ba. But we don't say ba-all. We say ball. So I teach them to say it like this. B, b. C, instead of ka, I tell them to say k. D, instead of da, I tell them enunciate it this way. This. G, instead of ga, I say g, g. So what I'm doing, instead of having them leave off that sound at the end. The H, this one, it is so fun. I just have to share this with you. I'll have some children come to me and I say, okay, tell me what sound this letter makes. And I'll have some of them look at me and say, ha! And so when they're saying that letter, when they see the word hat, they're saying, ha, at. So I reteach that this way. I tell them instead of ha, say J, instead of ja, it's j. K, instead of ka, I teach them to say k, k. P is p, instead of pa, it's p. T, instead of ta, tell them to say t. Instead of ta-ake, we say take. Okay, the letter W is, I tell them to say it like this, instead of wa. And that one is real common. They'll say wa instead of We don't say wa if, wa in, we say with, when. And this one is funny. I've had children who could say all of these correctly, but would mispronounce that one. And they would have trouble with every word that had this letter in it. And they'd get the idea they couldn't read. Now, parents and teachers and tutors go to a lot of trouble to try to protect children from getting the attitude that I can't. but I've seen it happen as early as kindergarten. So teach so when they get this one letter can affect them that much. And I have a technique I use. It's a lot of fun. It's learning actually disguised as a game, but it's called Ring Around the Phonics. So if the child has gotten the idea that they can't read, this works perfectly. I also use it. It works perfectly in teaching children to read from the very start too. So that's something I recommend for parents, teachers, and tutors. Okay, but look at my notes again. Give me a second here. So if your child knows all their phonics sounds but is having trouble reading, try this to see if that's the cause. And if you're if you're a parent, teacher, or tutor, and you're looking to help children with their ability to whether it be reading any subject, reading the history, you're cordially invited to our website. It should be showing up around here somewhere. But there you will find all kinds of products, information. You'll get to hear all the phonics sounds free. It's really an exciting site. We even have the movies on demand and ABC songs available to you there. Just hundreds of products. So it's a really exciting website. We cordially invite you to check us out. And the site is www.read-phonics.com. And we'll see you there. Bye-bye.